Good morning and welcome back to another Fitness Friday. I'm here with Tracy and she's here to show us how we can use these to kind of get rid of that muscle tension that a lot of us face just from having everyday stresses on our bodies, like sitting in a chair or standing at work.
Awesome, Teresa. So I want you all to think of your rubber band right now. So Teresa has a rubber band, and if you stretch this rubber band, think of that as healthy tissue. But as we become stressed or we work out a lot, we start to create, if you want to take your rubber band and you just tie it in a knot, we start to create little knots and tension in our muscles. So just like our rubber band. And then I might tie another knot in my rubber band in a different spot and think about your muscles just getting tight. Well, guess what? The more we just stress it and pull it and try to stress it without undoing those knots, what happens to my knots on that rubber band?
They tighten.
They're getting tighter, and that's what
worse.
happens in our bodies, is that the knots, if we don't do anything about them to dissolve them or get rid of them, they just become tighter and tighter over time and cause more stress and tension on our bodies, which in turn can actually cause maybe some injury. So for example, if I'm looking at, my IT band, which is the outside of my thigh here, it can pull on my knee, it can pull on my hip, it can even affect my ankle just because I have tightness here, and it could cause some pain in those other areas because it's pulling that out of alignment. So we're gonna show you some exercises today to maybe help you release some of that tension in those knots and help you feel 100% again.
All right, let's get started.
So let's get rid of that rubber band. All right. We're going to be using a foam roller today, and foam rollers are just an inexpensive tool to help you roll. However, if the viewers at home don't have a foam roller, guess what? You can use even a rolling pin at home. So, Teresa, I want you to start, and I want you to lay on your right side.
Can I lay on my left
side? Yep, let's go left side. Okay, lay on your left side, and I want you to place that foam roller right there in the middle of that thigh. Laying down, yep, that front leg is definitely crossed over. And from here, Teresa, I want you to roll from about your hip to just above the knee there, along that thigh, the outside of that thigh. And you might find as you're rolling, you're gonna be like, I feel a tension point. Or
yes,
point.
Yes, I do.
It feels like a knot. Well, what I want you to do is when you get to that tension point, just pause over it a minute, and then maybe do some small rolls forward and back through that tension point. Good. Dissolve that knot. Roll it out, untie it, dissolve it.
That's not comfortable. But it feels like I can feel the knot right there.
Yep, and just roll through it. So the viewers at home, you're going to have to breathe deeply through this. You're going to dissolve that knot, and then before you know it, you're going to be back to rolling a little bit more, and then when you get to another one, just dissolve over it. So you might be here for 2 minutes, you might be here for 5 minutes, dissolving some of those knots on the outside of the leg.
Man.
Then we can roll over onto our tummies and have the foam roller right there on our thighs, front part of the thighs, and same thing, let's roll out the quads, or the front part of the thighs there from top to bottom to just above that knee, again, staying right there.
That feels a little better.
And again, when you get to an area where you might feel tension or a knot, you just want to stop and pause over that. Good. And again, it could be a minute, it could be 2 minutes, it might be 5 minutes, depending on how your legs feel. And then you'd be able to roll over and do the other leg. But we will pause it right there.
Okay, what's
for
that
the viewers at home, we could take the rolling pin and just kind of roll the outside of our leg and then the front part of our thigh as well. Tennis ball.
Where did mine go?
Okay, so tennis ball is great for releasing some of the stress in our upper bodies. So with that, a lot of times, stress in everyday life, we just carry it in our upper back and our neck region, right?
Yeah.
Especially if you're on the computer a lot or you're working with your hands a lot in a busy, hectic, crazy world that we have, the stress is there. So using the tennis ball, you have muscles that go along the side of your neck and attach kind of right here at the shoulder. What I want you to do is I want you to take your tennis ball and just take it on the big, thick muscle that you feel kind of right there, slightly behind the neck, and just roll that tennis ball right there. So viewers at home, grab a tennis ball, grab a racket ball.
That one actually feels good to me.
Yeah, good. Releasing some of that tension right there in the neck. And then guess what? You can take it and move the tennis ball even a little bit further back, right here, and go more into that upper back area, almost above your scapula, and go side to side.
That's the one you want.
That's the one.
This is literally a massage.
It is a massage, right?
But you can't go too hard or else that kind of hurts.
Yep. And again, same thing. When you feel that knot, just sort of pause over it and give it a little gentle, you know, go clockwise over it, go counterclockwise.
Now, when people are doing this at home, is it possible like to go too hard on it to injure yourself, or how do you know
Use
how
pain
far?
as your judgment. That if you're like grimacing in pain and it really, really hurts, ease up on it. Pain is your indicator that it might be a little bit too much, but of course you do want to just, you know, gauge it and work more in a pain-free range where you can breathe through it and tolerate it.
Right.
Of course. So.
I know we were talking about this just a few minutes ago, but I had these intense headaches that used to shoot up from here all the way up to the top of my head. And he said it was actually the result of a tense muscle. So, you know, you never know where your pain is coming from, but this and this are two easy ways that you can really help to just roll it out. That's all we have for you today on Fitness Friday.